Whenever I'm at a gathering where there is lots of food and at the end of the night there's tons of leftovers and they offer you to take leftovers home, I am always that person who says, yes, please give them to me because I want to freeze dry it. We were recently at a party that had catered Italian food and they had so much spaghetti left over. And this is like good spaghetti from a restaurant. And I'm like, that can't go to waste. We're gonna freeze dry it. For this year, 2026, I am working towards building an entire year's supply of food. So this spaghetti is gonna be my first meals that I am putting towards that year's supply. I have these small individual size Mylar bags that I'm gonna be packaging up into. As we get going, I'll give you more details on how I'm gonna plan all of this out. But right now I need to get my freeze dryer cooling down and my food onto my trays. Not exactly sure how many meals this is gonna get me. It's a lot of spaghetti, but I think I'm gonna aim for about 1.5 cups of spaghetti per serving. So we'll just see how much we can get on our tray. For my settings, I am gonna go into custom and -10 for my freeze, extra hour of freeze time. I didn't pre-freeze this, so I'm gonna do that extra hour, dry temp 120, start, and then we just wait 15 minutes for it to cool down. I'll tell you a little bit on what I'm thinking for this year's supply of food. I want to make 365 meals of breakfast, lunches, and dinners over the course of this year. Now, am I gonna get this fully done in 2026? I hope so. So I hope you come along with me to see the progress I make. It looks like this spaghetti is gonna make 10 meals. So we're starting off with 10. And I'm gonna have all of this organized in like different totes and bins. I wanna have everything written up on exactly like my inventory on what I have. And I'm actually really excited about this, and I'll share with you everything that I am doing. I just think it's super important to have an emergency stash of food for natural disasters. Anything can happen, and you need to have food storage. I have lots of food storage right now. It's just very disorganized. I would love to have a complete organized set of food storage. I have purchased in the past a pre-made food storage plan from 4Patriots. I will actually show it to you. It is good for what it is. However, all of the food is going to be so much better when it's my own homemade freeze-dried meals. The ones that they give you are not high in protein. They have added ingredients in them, and I honestly don't think they're going to be very good. But this homemade version is going to be amazing, which is why I absolutely love owning a freeze dryer. After I get the food into the freeze dryer, I will show you those bins of 4Patriots food that we purchased a couple of years ago. We've always had this mindset of having emergency supplies. My husband and I were both raised in households that really focused on being prepared and having emergency food. And so when we got married, we wanted to continue on with this for our family. And so this was something that we had purchased. We actually split it with my in-laws at the time that we purchased it so that the initial investment wouldn't be so costly for us and it would give us a good start. And I think 4Patriots is a wonderful brand. I even think they sell freeze dryers, which I have not heard anything about. If you have one of their freeze dryers, let me know if you like it and how it's going for you. But we have bought their emergency food. And so I'll go show it to you a little bit later. It's kind of like my little secret. I don't think I've ever told you that I have this year supply of food that's not freeze-dried, homemade by me. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and load up my trays. So 2 of my trays have 3 piles. I just kind of separated them into portion sizes so that when I am packaging it up, it's easy for me to just dump it in a bag. All of my meals I am planning to do in individual serving sizes. I just like it better that way versus having to know that one pouch is 2 servings and you have to split it with somebody. It's kind of annoying. I am gonna just do my year supply as a 1-person supply of food with individual portions, which I know is gonna end up using more bags, but whatever. And by all means, if you're gonna do this, do it however you want. Do it whatever portion sizes you want. You could do portions for your entire family, but we're just gonna do it with one. It's just gonna make it easier for me. And I prefer opening single pouches of food. Okay, there was a funny story of my friend's husband who was on a hunting trip and had the, what's the brand called? Mountain House meals, and you know how most of those are 2 portions per pouch. They had 1 pouch for their dinner. His friend prepared the dinner and then ate it all, and my friend's husband was like, where's the rest of the food? And he was like, oh, I thought that was all for me. And he had eaten his portion. I don't want anything like that to happen. So that poor guy, I guess, didn't get dinner that night. Wouldn't you feel so bad? I would feel so bad, because it's not like you can regurgitate the food and give it to him. That's unfortunate. But it happens. Okay, I need to close my drain valve. I'm gonna hit continue, and we are rocking and rolling. This will probably take about 24 hours. It's not too dense and too wet of food where it's gonna take like days and days. So I will let you know how long this takes and how I package it up. I need to find like a notebook to check my progress on my year's supply, and then I'm gonna put everything as I get moving more into a beautiful PDF, and it'll be something that I'll be able to share with you guys, which will be fun. So behind me is like the food storage cove in our basement that was started before we ever had a freeze dryer and started making our own food storage. Let me show you what we have. Most of our food storage came from 4 Patriots. We bought a year's supply of food, I believe, for 2 people and split it with my in-laws. And so I don't know how many totes of this. I think we have 10 of these totes that are 3-month survive kits. I'm thinking of doing my kits in 3-month packs. And so maybe I could get a tote like this or something, but here's how they look when you open them. And please know that I am not dogging on this company at all. This literally we thought was great for what we wanted at the time, because we didn't have anything else. I mean, it's expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but I just think what you can make with your own freeze dryer is so much better. So like, for instance, we have classic bean chili recipe. This has 8 servings in it, so you would need to ration that out. The ingredients are red beans, pinto beans, cornstarch, chili lime seasoning, natural lime, sugar, tomato powder, vegetarian beef base, soy protein, maltodextrin, caramel color, onion powder, yeast extract, natural flavor, citric acid, silicone dioxide added to prevent caking, non-iodized salt, red and green pepper powder, blah, blah, blah. So your only protein from this is beans. You don't get any meat. Most of these don't have any meat. There's pudding. We've got hearty stroganoff, which has egg noodles, bunch of chemicals. Oh my goodness. I can't even read most of these. Modified food starch, vegetarian beef base, onion powder, torula yeast, maltodextrin, caramel color, onion powder, yeast extract. I don't see any protein in this. Urge potatoes, Spanish rice, more beans, Star Spangled Tropical Energy Drink Mix. That's kind of exciting. I kind of want to open this and try it. Okay, there is a lot of sugar in here. Holy cow, 45 grams of sugar in a quarter cup, in 1 cup, 45 grams of sugar. What? Now, I realize you need to be thinking of this in like emergency, end of time situation. This food will keep you alive. It might not make you feel the best, but it'll keep you alive, which is the point. And I mean, there are plenty of people who just want to have stuff to be kept alive, who don't care about having delicious homemade food be your food storage. But I love the idea of having homemade stuff. So we've also bought the ReadyWise ones from Costco. Whenever they were on sale before we had a freeze dryer, we would buy these buckets, which are another great thing to have. However, it's just going to be similar to the ingredients of this one. I kind of like the bucket idea of holding your food storage also. The problem is my bags are just kind of bulky, so they don't fit well in like a little bucket. This is actually a brand that I do like from Amazon. It's called Augustin Farms, and sometimes they have really good deals, and so I will buy these little containers when they go on sale. But we've just bought in a few random things like potato slices, dehydrated. I don't know, they were super cheap, so I just would buy those and add them to my stash. So this is our little hidden secret that I had never told you about that we have. If you thought I was a poser about being kind of like a prepper, like food hoarder, I'm not a poser. This is something we have been like ingrained in and thinking about for years and years, our whole lives. And so I'm really excited to see what I can do with my own freeze dryer and make this kind of stuff way better. Vanilla ice ran for 30 hours. The spaghetti is done. I am going to get my bags labeled before I put the food in them because it's a lot easier to write on them before packaging them up versus after, which is something I always forget to do. Please tell me I spelled spaghetti correctly. I got all my bags labeled. I'm just gonna set them back here and we can pull our spaghetti out. It turned out beautifully. I mean, they're just these perfect little bird's nests of spaghetti ready to go into my bag. I'll break them up a little bit as I put them in there just so that they fit nicely, but this looks so good. One of my favorite activities, guilty pleasures, if you will, is playing bingo at the bingo hall. I just think it's so fun. Mr. Freeze Dry and I went with some of our friends to bingo last night. Guess who got a bingo? Me. I mean, it's always more fun when you win. It's my second time getting a bingo at this bingo place, but it's so fun. And I wanted to share my New Year's good news with you. It was like a little Christmas gift. As I package this, yeah, I'm just breaking it up a little bit so that it fits in here pretty well. Maybe a little large, but you know what? I don't have to zip it. I just have to be able to heat seal it. So I could pack these a little tighter than what I'm doing. You want to make sure to get like the flaky sauce that's on the tray because that's where all your sauce is. So I try not to leave much of that behind. That's how it looks inside one of these bags. That's going to be perfect. 9 more to go. It's Oxy-Absorby time. So I'm going to toss one into each bag. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we just got to heat seal them up. I always hit it twice to make sure I get a nice good seal on there. And then I just like to double check that it's like fully, you can't be too careful. I am obviously a food storage nerd, and if you're watching me, then I assume you are too, but are you like me? Does this make you happy? Just looking at this, it's like a little mood booster. Just knowing that I took the effort to make meals for my family for whenever we might need them. It's just like a peace of mind and a comfort that brings me joy. I'm sure you all feel the same. I am going to keep a log of all of my meals in this notebook. And then as I get further along in the process, I will make a more formal document. But I'm going to make this, you know the little rubber they put at the end of a pen? Okay, that was gross. I am just going to call this page dinners. Technically spaghetti could be a lunch, but I'm going to put it in the dinners category. And I'm just going to write that I have 10 spaghetti with meat sauce. And we are a baby step into our goal towards 365 dinners, lunches, and breakfasts. We've got 10 down, 345 more to go of just dinners. Okay, this goal might be crazy, but I am gonna try. For now, I'm just gonna put them into a bin, and I need to brainstorm like an organization method for all of my meals. I want them separate from the other foods that I have so that I can know that this is my dedicated year supply I might need to do some tote bins or something. I don't know. If you got any good ideas, I am all ears. So if you are interested in seeing the whole process and all of the different meals that I create for this, make sure you are subscribed. Let me know if you're interested in purchasing a freeze dryer and doing the same thing as me. Check the link in my video description below. That has a link to Harvestrite, which is where I got my machine from. If you got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And remember, when you freeze dry today, you secure your tomorrow.